Hi and welcome back to another Computex 2024 video. This video will be about interesting and weird things that I can find at multiple different booths. Starting at ADATA or XPG because they're showing another very obscure M.2 cooling solution. I'm talking about this thing which is called the Project Neostorm PCIe Gen 5 M.2 SSD with apparently a patented dual liquid air cooling system. And just looking at this, honestly I was confused. How is this going to work? Luckily they put this next to it where we can see how it's built, and yeah, sometimes these things at an exhibition, they just kill me. We have the SSD. On top we will have an aluminum plate. Luckily somebody already ripped this off. This piece of plastic goes onto the aluminum part. And then in here will be water, and inside the water we will have a simple another aluminum tube. And these fans push air through the tube. So why would you even use the water? Just have a lot of surface area, heat sink, heat pipes, whatever, and have the fans pushing air through. This makes no sense at all. Quick stop at the booth of FSP where they are showing a 2500 watt PSU, which is just for the European market. Makes sense because with 110 volt in the US, you will not get that far. But look at this. It just has 4 times 12 volt high power connectors. So yeah, get your quad 5090 setups ready. Spotted something at the booth of KENMEC, which is a vendor for fully submerged system. They're using a fluid which is called IM6 from Thermaltake, if you're interested in this. And that's how it looks like. I mean, pretty sure you've seen these systems around. We also built them a few years ago with a 3M Novik fluid, but it's always awesome to see them. Immersion cooling is not such a big thing anymore at exhibitions. Still, I found another system at Thermaltake. The difference though is that it's a single phase immersion cooling system. So that means that the fluid will not evaporate like the other one that was having a boiling point, I think, of 47 degrees Celsius. So this one will stay always liquid, doesn't evaporate. In the bottom, there is a pump that is taking in the fluid and pumps it to the back where they have 2 big radiators. The radiators are responsible for dissipating the heat from the fluid to the ambient air, and then the cold liquid is being pumped back into the tank. I just asked a nice guy from Thermaltake about the fluid, and he told me that the boiling point is about 125 degrees Celsius, which again confirms that it's a single phase system and the fluid should never evaporate and should just cycle through the pump and the radiator. He also opened the backside for me, and there you can see dual 420 radiators with fans to dissipate the heat. Thermaltake has been doing custom water cooling for a long time, and they show an interesting concept for a pump. And they show an interesting concept for a pump reservoir combination that sits in front of a fan. So this fan can still be used for cooling. A lot of times, these types of reservoir pump combinations will take away a fan spot, and with this type of reservoir, you're still able to use it. TRYX is a new brand, first time that I've seen them. You might have seen this already in different videos. And from the feedback, that's quite interesting. From the feedback I'm getting from you guys, from the other videos I've shown so far, a lot of people are not that big fans of so many screens in the systems. Still, this one caught a lot of attention. So if you're a fan of screens, that's a 2K OLED. Quite cool, quite cool. Not sure if I would ever use that, but it just looks nice. If you're already not a big fan of screens on PCs, then this might be your thing. That's the biggest screen I've seen so far on a system, but I can tell you it's probably just a prototype to show. Even though I have never heard about TRYX before this exhibition because it's a new brand, they told me they're not that new because they have been an OEM for big companies like HP and Dell for about 20 or 30 years, and they now decided to launch their own brand. That's Luca, that's the name of the case. Interesting, partially modular case. For example, you can change position of the PSU and also of the motherboard tray. Looks very high quality. For example, if you move over to the side, that is a huge piece of aluminum. A very, very interesting brand. Looking forward to see what they're going to do in the future. When cloud gaming turns into cloud gaming, found another smaller vendor, smaller booth, Xastra, and they showcase a very interesting Matrix style LED fan. Something I haven't seen before either. Not sure what the software looks like, but I can imagine this looks pretty cool in the system. Also available as an AIO, matrix display in the front. And also again, the same matrix style fans. Pretty unique, pretty cool actually. This company is doing a lot of stuff around metal 3D printing, and on one of their desks I spotted quite some interesting parts. And that's a normal radiator, you probably know, and right next to it there's a 3D printed one. While I cannot really tell you if this is going to perform better than a traditional, it certainly looks very impressive. It might show what's possible in the future. Palette is showing also quite some interesting products. We already covered this at home with Link Plus. And here, that is a card I found also very nice. Very elegant, very sleek. Signed by Jensen, if you're looking for that. It's currently only a prototype, but they mentioned this might be a thing with RTX 50. The last stop of today is Colorful. We recently reviewed some of their products. They're showing again cool concepts, such as this water block. I think it's going to be available on one of their water-cooled cards, which unfortunately probably will not be available in Europe again. I'm still trying hard that they also enter the European market with all of their products, but I'm not sure if that is really going to happen. The card can be found fully assembled in this system, the demo system. As usual with a lot of those Chinese and Asian water cooling cards, it is skived. I also think they got the water flow orientation wrong. You can see how the water is flowing in here and also in here. And also that it collected quite some dirt in the skived fins. That's probably one of the downsides, because the skived heatsinks have very fine and small fins cutouts, which often can act as a filter as well. Colorful is also so cool to work with, I have to tell you that. I mean, we did a CAD PC with them, and actually no, I bought the components for the CAD PC, but then they saw it, they were really happy about it, and they also have the CAD PC here on display, and then they gifted this to me, which is something that's not even available on sale. They just made this for the show to showcase it next to the CAD PC, and then they told me I can keep this, which is really amazing. And then I said, you know, there's one more thing you have on your booth which I really love, but I'm not sure if they can arrange it for me. I said maybe you can ship something afterwards to me, and that's an empty RTX 4090 PCB that they had on display here on the show. They had. Because they said, yeah, just take it. So I can take it home. And it will no longer be shown here on the booth though. That is really amazing. Thank you, Colorful, very much. It's actually my birthday today, so that's a pretty cool gift. You know, we built the CAD PC, but it didn't look as nice as this one because we were missing this case, also the side panel, but at least we had the motherboard and the GPU, but also, you know, there's the keyboard, there's also the mouse pad. All together. Just looks so cool. I wish they would start selling this all in Europe, so I backed them again, and maybe for the future something will work out. And to round it up, they also have Meow Edition notebooks, just small details, CAD keys, and also Meow painting on here. Case King, which is my former employer, now also shows a new brand which is called HAVN. And I already had the opportunity to look at this case a few weeks ago when they showed the first prototype to me. And I can tell you, I was actually quite impressed with the compatibility and the possibilities to build different kind of cooling types, such as, I mean, air, water cooling. And that could be a pretty nice case for the future. I'm expecting to get a sample soon, and then we will build a system in it. That's it for our Computex highlights video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed all of the videos that we did as much as I did shooting them. It was an amazing week, a lot of work, but I enjoyed seeing so many new things. For example, the Palette booth right here looks absolutely incredible. So thanks to Palette for having me here, for the opportunity to also shoot video, and yeah. Thanks for your support. See you next time. Bye-bye.